In terms of the looming global debt crisis, should economies fail to recover in the next, let's say, 3 to 5 years? Would you expect a broad systemic debt crisis or an idiosyncratic one?
Well, that's a great question. I worked for the U.S. Federal Reserve from 2008 through 2012.
Okay.
So I was at the central bank during our last crisis. And it was amazing to all of us how something that happened in one place could affect so many other places.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite example was why did the big banks in Iceland fail, even though we had a problem in the U.S. housing market? It was because they owned U.S. mortgage-backed securities.
Yeah.
I don't think we know who owns all of the debt, let's say, that Turkey has built up. I mean, I've seen reports that a lot of European banks have made those loans,
Mm-hmm.
and that a lot of funds that are owned by a lot of investors around the world have exposure to Turkey and these other places.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, you really have a hard time knowing exactly who is most vulnerable so that you can figure out how the dominoes might fall. You know what I'm saying? Warren Buffett has a famous line that you don't know who's been skinny dipping until the tide goes out, right? And so this is what was happening in 2008, and I'm hoping it doesn't happen this time, because if we get one country failing in an idiosyncratic situation, you don't know how far it's going to go. Now, Argentina just had another debt restructuring, and at least for now, it doesn't seem to have carried over.
Mm-hmm.
I have to think that investors in Argentina debt are aware that there's a possibility that they may not get all of their money back, and so that at least has been ring-fenced.
Mm-hmm.
But if you play out a scenario, let's say Turkey goes under, and it's felt that Italian banks have exposure to them, and let's say the Italian banking system gets under pressure, all of a sudden now you've got a big problem in the third largest economy in the Eurozone.
Mm-hmm.
And then what does Frankfurt do about all of that?